All right, guys, moving on. Let's talk about the Dalai Lama. Has anyone in the chat seen this video? We'll watch the video. I just need to get it set up. Have you guys actually seen this video? The Dalai Lama told a young boy to suck his tongue. And the reason I found out about this is because CNN reported that after the video of this went viral, the Dalai Lama apologized. So for anyone who thinks this was a deep fake or something like that, no, this was real. The guy apologized. They said it was like a joke, that he was joking with him. But I don't think this was a joke. I want to watch the video and I want to show you, and like that's a screenshot from the video. Let's watch the actual video.
And suck my tongue.
He said it. Suck my tongue. Now, people have been saying, and if you've ever seen the movie 7 Years in Tibet, which I would highly recommend, it's a wonderful movie. It's a little older. I think it's like from the 90s. 7 Years in Tibet. It is about the Dalai Lama when he's young, okay? You saw this in the movie 7 Years in Tibet, that it is in the Tibetan culture to stick out your tongue. That's true. But not this. This is not what they do in Tibetan culture. They don't stick out your tongue and say, suck my tongue. They go like this. But they don't say, suck my tongue, and then move in on a child. And here's the other reason I don't believe this. Because if this was a Tibetan cultural thing, then they would have said that when they issued this statement to CNN apologizing. They didn't say it was a Tibetan cultural thing. They said the Dalai Lama likes to joke with people. If he was really doing a Tibetan cultural thing, they would have said this is a Tibetan cultural thing. They wouldn't have said, oh, he was just joking around. No. So I don't believe this is the Tibetan cultural thing. I think that's an excuse that people are making. Here's what I think, because I agree. I don't think he was being pervy. I know a lot of people are calling him a pedo and a groomer and all this stuff. I don't believe that. Listen, the Dalai Lama has made a profound contribution to humanity. The Dalai Lama is a good man. I firmly believe this. The Dalai Lama has inspired countless millions of people with his words and his ideas and his philosophy and his leadership. Now, all that is not to say that he can't also be a groomer, right? You can do both at the same time. I just don't think that's the case here at all. Here's what I think is happening. The Dalai Lama is 87 years old. The Dalai Lama might not have had any idea what was even going on. I think that we need to I don't like what happened. Believe me, I am profoundly disturbed by this. I was profoundly disturbed when I saw it yesterday. That kid was obviously creeped out. It was stupid. He was on video in a big room full of people. He knew he was on video. The Dalai Lama's been around a long time, right? He knew what the deal was. The best explanation that I have for this is he is 87 years old and he's not all there anymore. Because old people do crazy things. Old people say crazy things. Old people do crazy things. You start to lose it after a while. And this is nothing to celebrate. This is just, it is going to happen to all of us at some point. Joe Biden obviously has dementia. Obviously. In every way. All right? But I really think that something has just gone on with the Dalai Lama's brain. I think that he was not in his right mind. And maybe some wires got crossed. And maybe some things got jacked up where he was like mixing a Tibetan tradition with something weird. I don't know. But I really don't think that this was a perverted thing. I don't think that at all. And where I get this is you have to judge people based on their entire lives and their entire contributions. And the Dalai Lama's contributions to humanity have been massive. So there are lots of QAnon people, and I know some people may quibble. Karlyn, there's Q and there's the Anons. Okay, fine, like whatever. I'm being colloquial. Relax. There are QAnon people who are running around saying he's a groomer and he's a Nexum cultist and child Satan worship and all this bullshit that QAnon says. That's bullshit, guys. That's not real. And I promise you, every single time that people lose their minds and call people like the Dalai Lama pedophiles and groomers, you are weakening the argument for real pedophiles and real groomers. Do you guys know how crazy the conservative right is acting over this video? And again, I don't like the video. I think it's weird. I think something has happened. But the reaction from conservatives has been beyond. And I'm talking like big time conservative influencers. It is beyond unhinged and insane. And it quite frankly ignores every single thing that the Dalai Lama has ever said and done in his 87 years. When you pick things out of context to twist them to mean something that they do not mean, you are not the good guy. You need to rein it in. If you are calling every single person that does anything weird a groomer and a pedophile, you are diminishing the meaning of those words for actual groomers and actual pedophiles.